peace of mind and making sure that your event gets out there.
Stories, 4 people in carrying the body of late Malawi Vice President South funeral convoy from the capital Lilongwe to his home village for burial. Chilima died in a plane crash a week ago and was buried on Monday in his home district of Ncheu, some 180 kilometers. Getting into our next story, 9 patients have died after a fire broke out in the basement of a hospital in the city of Rasht in northern Iran. The 6 women and 3 men killed were in the intensive care unit of Qam Hospital, local authorities health, he said. The fire started in a room on an underground floor of the hospital where the emergency power generators were located, state media reported. The authorities have not commented on unconfirmed reports that the fire broke out after the extensive use of emergency power generators amid power cuts as Iran endures scorching summer heat. In our next story, swinging over to Zimbabwe, Harare witnessed a significant police operation on Sunday as Jameson Timba, interim leader of the Citizens Coalition for Change, and 70 other activists were arrested for allegedly holding an unauthorized political meeting. The arrests were confirmed by Zimbabwe Republic Police National Spokesperson Paul Nyati. The Triple C activists had reportedly gathered at Timba's residence without official authorization, prompting police intervention. The situation escalated into violence, with activists allegedly resisting arrest and clashing with law enforcement officers. Several Triple C members sustained injuries during Parliament on Tuesday. The announcement by the chair of the Finnish Parliament's Constitutional Committee paves the way for the controversial proposal to be approved in a plenary vote at a later time. Border guards to prevent migrants arriving across the long forested border with Russia from seeking asylum despite
Innovation Hub for an action-packed day of esports excitement.
We now cross over to Ari Hohart, giving us a rundown on what's happening in South Africa. Good morning, Ari. Now, Ari, last week we held our breath with South Africa.
That's only 28 ministers that they can elect. That's senior positions that must be appointed. He must decide who's that going to be. There's a strong talk that 7 of those ministers could be from the DA, which is not something that we saw in the previous 4 or 5 years. Obviously, all of those positions mostly were taken up by the ANC. Here and there, you had partners like the SA Communist Party and Cusatho. That's the other side of the spectrum, that photo. That is former President EFF, and then also UDM and EFF, and then also UDM and ATM and Al Jamaha. Some of the parties that's there, and they say that they will block the legislation. The MK party didn't send their people to them Wednesday when they started, one day when built, and then also report the Sunday publication, City Press as well, and the Daily Sun and the Soccer Laduma one. So that's only going to be effective from the 30th of September, but that's Media 24's building and
large offshore.
And the markets that show that as well. The JSE All Share Index, they closed 3.5% better yesterday. It's mostly because of a surge in insurance and retail and banking, and it also showed in the JSE, the banks, quite a few banks up on the JSE. Capitec up 8%, Nedbank up 7%, going closer to the 18 rand to the dollar. So ABSA also indicated that think that it might go below 18 somewhere later in this year. So we'll see if it's stable enough. But it's all got to do with foreign investment. And South Africa, in 2017, it was the big drought in the Western Cape. It went down to 12.9%. Now it's 61%. It was 2020, it was 100% full. And so if there's enough water, we need to get it to the people. So that's good news. So hopefully the rain will continue.
Yeah, we hope the rain continues. Thank you. Economic news. Getting into our economic news, a deadly nationwide political crackdown in the East African nation is now in the past. But the return of GTB growth is seen at around 7% between 2024 and 2027. President Alassane Ouattara said on Tuesday. Ouattara told a joint session of parliament that around $15 billion is expected to be invested in the country's upstream oil sector, adding that the output would reach around 200,000 barrels per day by 2027. The world's top cocoa-producing nation is also hoping to become a major regional oil and gas producer. Last year, the group said it had made a major discovery with preliminary assessments indicating
of them playing in Germany in the Euro 2024 tournament, and a big result for Slovakia. Slovakia, big surprise, they beat Belgium by 1-0. They're still in the group phases. That is Group F, and it is Belgium that is number 3 in the world, and they played against Slovakia that's number 48 in the world. So a big surprise. Still advanced to the next stage, but they need to beat both Romania and Ukraine. Also surprised there when Romania beat Ukraine by quite comfortably by 3-0. That is all in Group F. In Group D, also late in Group D, it was the Netherlands also off to a winning start. They beat Poland by 2.
The Ondonga tradition.
Mourners killed by car as Malawi VP's funeral convoy passes. 9 patients killed in hospital fire in northern Iran's Rasht.